Have you ever promised yourself, tomorrow I will change? But tomorrow came, and nothing changed? Maybe the real problem is not time. Maybe the real problem is the excuse we keep feeding every day. Let me tell you a story. Once there was a young man named Arin. Arin lived in a small town beside a wide river. The town was peaceful, but Arin was not. He always felt unhappy. He wanted a better life. He wanted respect. He wanted money. He wanted people to say, Arin has done something great. But every day, he gave a new reason for why he could not begin. I am too tired, he said. I do not have the right tools. No one supports me. The world is unfair. Other people are lucky, but I am not. Arin had many dreams, but he also had many excuses, and slowly, his excuses became bigger than his dreams. In the same town, there was an old carpenter named Daro. He was quiet, calm, and respected by everyone. His small workshop stood near the river. Every morning, before the sun rose, people could hear the soft sound of his hammer. Tap, tap, tap. Daro made chairs, tables, doors, and wooden boats. His hands were rough, but his work was beautiful. Arin often passed by the workshop. He would stop and watch for a moment. Then he would sigh. One day, I will build something too, he said. Daro heard this many times. One morning, the old carpenter looked at him and smiled. Then why not start today? Arin laughed softly. Today? No, I am not ready. I do not have good wood. I do not have good tools. I do not even know enough. Daro nodded. And tomorrow? Maybe tomorrow, Arin said. But tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. And next month became another year. One evening, a heavy storm came to the town. The wind shouted through the streets. Rain hit the roofs like stones. The river grew wild and angry. People closed their doors and stayed inside. But in the middle of the storm, a loud cry rose from near the river. Help! Help! A small boat had broken loose from the shore. Inside the boat was a little boy named Sami. He had been playing near the river when the rope snapped. Now the boat was moving fast toward the dark water. People ran outside, but no one knew what to do. The river was too strong. The night was too dark. Everyone shouted, but no one moved. Arin stood there frozen. His heart beat fast. He wanted to help, but fear held his feet to the ground. Then old Daro came out of his workshop. He carried a rope and a long wooden pole. Without saying much, he tied the rope around his waist. Someone shouted, Daro, you are too old. You cannot go into that water. Daro looked at the river. If we wait for perfect safety, the boy will be gone. Then he stepped into the water. The river pushed him hard. The current pulled at his legs. But Daro moved slowly and carefully. He used the wooden pole to keep balance. Step by step, he went deeper. The people watched in silence. Arin watched too. His hands shook. Shame filled his chest. Daro reached the boat just before it moved into the strongest part of the river. He grabbed the side and pushed the pole against a rock. The people on shore pulled the rope. Slowly, the boat came closer. The boy was crying. Daro lifted him out and carried him back. When they reached the shore, everyone cheered. Sami's mother fell to her knees and held her son tightly. But Daro did not smile. He was breathing hard. His face was pale. Arin ran to him. How did you do that? Arin asked. You were not afraid. Daro looked at him with tired eyes. I was afraid, he said. But fear is not an excuse to do nothing. Those words stayed in Arin's mind all night. The next morning, Arin went to Daro's workshop. The old carpenter was fixing a broken boat. His clothes were still wet from the day before. His hands moved slowly, but they did not stop. Arin stood at the door. I want to learn, he said. Daro looked at him. Learn what? How to build, how to work, how to become useful. Daro placed his hammer down. Good. Pick up that piece of wood. Arin looked at the wood. It was small, rough, and ugly. This one? He asked. But it is not good wood. Daro smiled. There it is. What? Your first excuse? Arin lowered his eyes. He picked up the wood. Daro gave him a dull knife. Now, shape it. Arin stared at the knife. This knife is old. Daro nodded. And there is your second excuse. Arin felt his face grow warm. He sat down and began to work. The wood was hard. The knife was not sharp. His hands hurt. After 10 minutes, he stopped. This is too difficult. Daro did not look up. No, it is only difficult because you are new. Arin tried again. He made mistakes. The wood broke in one place. His cuts were uneven. His fingers became sore. After 1 hour, the piece of wood looked worse than before. Arin threw it on the table. I cannot do this, he said. Daro picked up the broken piece and held it gently. You are right, he said. Arin looked surprised. I am? Yes, you cannot do this perfectly today, but you can practice today. That is the difference. Days passed. Every morning, Arin came to the workshop, and every morning, he found a new excuse waiting inside him. It is too early. I am too tired. My hands hurt. This work is boring. I am not talented. Other people learn faster. Daro never shouted at him. He only listened. Then he asked the same question. What small thing can you still do? At first, Arin hated that question. He wanted a big change. He wanted a fast result. He wanted to feel proud immediately. But Daro gave him simple tasks. Sweep the floor, sharpen the tools, carry the wood, make one straight cut, fix one loose nail. Arin felt disappointed. This isn't success, he said one day. Daro looked around the workshop. This whole place was built from small tasks. Arin looked at the chairs, the tables, the boats, and the strong wooden doors. For the first time, he understood something. Big things did not begin as big things. They began as small actions. One afternoon, Daro gave Arin a broken chair. Fix this, he said. Arin looked at it carefully. One leg was cracked. The seat was loose. The back was weak. I do not think I can fix it. Daro walked to the door. Then prove yourself wrong. Then he left. Arin sat alone with the chair. He wanted to quit. He wanted to say the wood was too weak. The tools were too old. The chair was too damaged. He wanted to blame everything. But then he remembered the storm. He remembered Daro walking into the river. Fear is not an excuse to do nothing. So Arin took a deep breath. He worked slowly. He measured the wood. He made mistakes. He corrected them. He cut a new leg. He tightened the seat. He sanded the rough edges. The sun went down. The workshop grew dark. Still, Arin worked. At last, the chair stood firm. It was not perfect, but it was useful. Arin placed his hand on it and smiled. For the first time in many years, he felt proud, not because someone praised him, not because life became easy. He felt proud because he did not run away. When Daro returned, he looked at the chair. Then he looked at Arin. What changed today? Arin smiled. The chair. Daro shook his head. No, you changed. Arin became quiet. Daro placed a hand on his shoulder. A person changes when he stops protecting his excuses. Most people do not fail because they are weak. They fail because they keep defending the reason they never start. Those words touched Arin deeply. He remembered all the years he had wasted. Years of blaming, years of waiting, years of saying, someday. And he understood that someday was only a soft word for fear. Months passed. Arin kept working. He still felt tired sometimes. He still felt afraid. He still made mistakes. But now, he did not use those things as reasons to stop. When he was tired, he rested and returned. When he made mistakes, he learned. When he felt afraid, he took one small step. Slowly, his hands became stronger. His mind became calmer. His work became better. People in the town began to notice. Arin has changed, they said. He does not complain anymore. He works quietly now. He finishes what he starts. One day, A poor family came to the workshop. Their wooden door had broken, and cold wind entered their house at night. They had little money. Daro was away, visiting another village. Arin looked at the family. Then he looked at his tools. The old Arin would have said, "I cannot help. I am not ready." But the new Arin picked up his hammer. "I will fix it," he said. He worked the whole day. By sunset, the family had a strong door. The mother thanked him with tears in her eyes. Arin walked back to the workshop under the evening sky. He felt something warm inside him. He hadn't become rich. He had not become famous. But he had become useful. And that felt better than all his old dreams. Years later, Daro became very old. His hands could no longer hold the hammer for long. So Arin took care of the workshop. One morning, a young boy stood outside the door. His clothes were dusty. His eyes were full of frustration. "I want to learn," the boy said, "but I do not have good tools. I do not have money. I do not have anyone to help me." Arin smiled gently. He saw his old self standing there. He picked up a small rough piece of wood and gave it to the boy. "Start with this." The boy frowned. "This wood is not good." Arin laughed softly. "There it is," he said. "What? Your first excuse?" The boy looked confused. Arin sat beside him. "Listen, you do not need perfect conditions to begin. You only need one honest action. Then another. Then another." The boy looked at the wood in his hands. Arin continued, "Excuses feel safe. They protect us from failure, but they also protect us from growth. They keep us in the same place while life moves forward. And this is the lesson. Many of us are like Arin. We wait for the right time. We wait for confidence. We wait for support. We wait until life becomes easy. But life does not always become easy first. Sometimes we become stronger first. Change does not begin with a perfect plan. It begins with one small step, one honest choice, one moment where you say, "I will not hide behind this excuse anymore." Maybe you cannot change your whole life today, but you can clean your room. You can open the book. You can send the message. You can take the walk. You can practice for 10 minutes. You can say sorry. You can begin again. Small actions may look weak at first, but they carry great power. A small action repeated daily becomes discipline. Discipline becomes confidence. Confidence becomes a new life. So stop waiting for the perfect road. Start walking on the road you have. Stop saying, "I cannot." Ask yourself, what small thing can I still do? Your excuses may sound strong, but your choice is stronger. Your past may be heavy, but your next step is still yours. Today, choose one small change. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. And when you take that first step, you may discover something beautiful. The door was never locked. You were only waiting outside. If this story touched your heart, write in the comments, "I will take one small step today." And tell me, what excuse are you ready to leave behind? Your words may inspire someone else who is also trying to change. If you know someone who needs this message, share it with them. And subscribe for more simple stories with deep life lessons. Let's keep growing, one small step at a time.